What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream with your boy Risky. Today we're going to be playing Pokemon Violet more. So, stay tuned. How's everybody doing? So we're hoping to get our hands on some tandamouse, actually. We're looking to get Mousehold in all of its forms, the 2 and 3 family form, and we're gonna hopefully get our hands on a 3 segment, or 3 form, perfect ID. Is what we're going for. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're working on getting tandamouse. We'll probably do some raids at some point. I definitely would like to do raids at some point, but if nobody's down to do raids, then nobody's down to do raids. If people are down to do raids, I'll do raids. But that's what we're looking for right now is some good tandamouse. Okay. So yeah, we are currently working on getting tandamouse. We have a 1 in 100, which means that we have a 1 in 3,200, I think, to get what we're looking for. Okay. We did, however, already got a shiny. I hatched it yesterday. Yeah, yesterday when I started hatching these eggs. The first egg I hatched was a shiny tandamouse. So we'll be checking the shiny tandamouse to see what form it is, or what if it's a 2 or a 3 Mousehold. A family of 2 or a family of 3. I'm hoping a family of 3, but it's more than likely a family of 4. We're gonna hatch these, man. So yeah, this is probably gonna be one of the longest Pokemon we get stuck on for a little while, because it's, like I said, it's a 1 in 3,200 to get what I'm looking for, which is perfect IVs, and a household, a family of 3. But I'm sure we'll manage. Shoot, we might get another shiny tandamouse before the end of this. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but there's a non-zero possibility. What's up, Gray? 10 more days, yeah. I'm super excited. Gray, I don't know if you I know you definitely know what I'm doing, right? Like I'm not doing anything that's like that you're not aware of what's going on, right? This is where like everything's gonna start to fall apart, and like hoping that I don't lose in uh motivation. Setting up a Tailwind doubles team for Indigo Disc. I'm gonna guess the upper 70s. I think 80s is the cutoff. Uh, yeah, I'm working on living decks. So this is like I said, this is the part that's gonna be like the most hairy because I not only have to rely on a 1 in 32 to get a perfect IV tandamouse, but I have to rely on the 1 in 100 to get the uh the family of 3 and not the family of 4. I was hoping that with the ones I already had that I'd get lucky and just get the family of 3 and not have to do this, but uh yeah, that didn't work out. My first tandamouse egg was a shiny egg. Um so there's that. It was pretty crazy. I had that like hog moment where like you just like, oh my god, like it threw me for a loop, and I was like, I did not think that was gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie, I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm hoping to get another shiny. I think it'd be really dope to get a third shiny tandamouse. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the fact that we're getting all of the starters for the first time in a singular game for the first time in a long time, actually. Yeah, the first time since what, Sun and Moon? Not the full national decks, but it'd be nice to. Buy score for Infernape. Yeah, with the radar, you can find different ones. based off of the tailed beasts from Naruto. I mean, I think so too. I think it'd be pretty cool. I understand them not doing that, but like you're talking about like right now we have 9 tails. They probably won't call it 2 tails or 3 tails or 4 tails, but that is true. We can count. Okay. I will say this. I'm I'm really glad that they made Pokemon harder. Or are making Pokemon harder by doing the moves that they're doing. The making the changes that they're making. I mean, I've been saying this for a while. I've been wishing that they've made or that they would make the games harder. And I feel like they did by making doing double battles. Now, granted, should they have done all double battles? No. I feel like they could have gotten away with just making single battles harder as well, but I personally prefer double battles. I like double battles. That's the format that I feel like is the more competitive. But it would have been nice to have like a single battle option, or at least some single battles. That way, people who aren't fond of double battles don't have to get stuck in double battles. not boding well, dude. Yeah, that's true. Pokemon XD was successful. I don't think Pokemon XD was successful because of the double battles. I think Pokemon XD was successful because of the story and just the gameplay in general. But that's also what's made Pokemon so successful is over the years is that they're building upon one thing. And they're arguably making it better every time. Learning from mistakes, and very seldom do they actually take steps backwards. BDSP was the only one that I would consider a step backwards, and that wasn't even their step backwards. BDSP was made by an outside company, not even by Game Freak. Game Freak focused all their efforts on yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing is that they're starting to actually realize how much the competitive scene plays a part in the they Legends of Arceus is what they focused on mostly, which is why Legends of Arceus after Sword and Shield did so well. They learned from their mistakes. They learned and granted they didn't make great. And now take this with a grain of salt. Scarlet and Violet was not as bad as people made it out to be. Scarlet and Violet was actually a really good game from start to finish. Yeah, there are bugs. There are bugs in every game. Yes, there are things that made the game not necessarily because there was nothing that ever made the game unplayable. And that's probably the biggest thing. I never saw a single and I know a lot of other people saw issues. Yeah, and that's a good that's a good comparison. By no means was Scarlet and Violet like the second coming of Legends Arceus. But at the same time, we need to remember that Legends Arceus, like development-wise, probably was significantly longer or has been worked on for longer than any other game that they've ever come out with. Not because of necessity, but because of just the way things happen. They were able to focus on it and it only for like 3 years straight, while Sword and Shield was, and then eventually BDSP was being developed by another company. Sword and Shield was developed, and then they released the DLC super early for it. Like they released the DLC like right after it launched, like not even a year after it launched. Where we're over a year, and we're just now getting DLC for Scarlet and Violet. Like they spent a lot of their development time on the DLC and not really a whole lot on the game originally for Sword and Shield. Is what I'm thinking happened. Is they spent a lot of time working on we're working on our cash grab DLC, which I've said for years that DLC in Pokemon isn't a bad thing. But they need to make sure that they give us content that is comparable to what they charge for it, and I feel like they have. Golly, dude, another I think that's a full box of duds too. It's a full box of mostly duds. Yeah, I had one Fantastic in it, and I don't really care that much for Fantastic. I 5 years. No, I don't think it requires 5 years to do it. I think what they should do, and this is not what they're going to do because they're gonna do whatever they're doing now. I guarantee you, a year from now, not a year from now, a year from November. So in November 2024, they drop another game, whether that be a Legends of Kyurem, a Black and White remake, a Johto remake, a whatever game you want to call it, whatever game they drop a game in November. Uh, that is like a guarantee that that's what's happening this next year. Uh, what I would like to see them do is not drop a game this year or in 2024, but drop a game in 2025 when they've had time to develop the game and actually do something, which would be like 3 or 4 years. I mean, the Wi-Fi battle feature isn't necessary for a like Legends Arceus didn't need the Wi-Fi battle. I'm gonna break that one to you. Legends Arceus was not meant to be, nor did BDSP. The reason why is because neither of those games were meant to be the next game that that you played the competitive ladder on. If that makes sense, you, both of those games only had certain regions available to them, and a lot of them were old Pokemon, not even the newer ones. So it wasn't really like a necessity for them to give them Wi-Fi battles. If you wanted Wi-Fi battles, you'd just play the actual mainstream game, not the remade game or the spin-off game, because that's basically what Legends of Arceus was. Is Legends of Arceus is a spin-off, and BDSP was just a failed remake. Because what's funny is it's actually the first remake that they like dropped the ball hard, and it was a very noticeable bad thing. Yeah, it sold copies because nostalgia, and it made people like my friend buy a Switch or a Switch Lite and the game. Yeah, no, I guess that's fair. It is definitely. I guess that's fair. That is a fair assessment. I then Wi-Fi battle. Oh, actually, no. Wi-Fi battles might have been necessary, but not a competitive ladder setup. But either way, they're gonna release whatever game they're gonna release. Hopefully, they learned from BDSP and they know not to do that shit again, because that was really bad. When they announced that game, and I was like, I said it up front. I was like, I don't like the fact that they went back to the sprites, and this chibi art style. I didn't like the fact that they went back to it after God knows what we had. How many generations of Pokemon? 4 or 5? Yeah, the last game that did that was Black and White. So we had whatever came after Black and White. So X and Y was a full 3D game. Arguably, it wasn't as 3D as Legends Arceus, Sword and Shield, or Scarlet and Violet, but it was still 3D. Then we had Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire remakes, which were arguably the best remakes that they have ever done, because they did what everybody wanted, which was make the game like the newer games, but with the older region. Yeah, it was X and Y was the first 3D game, the first game where we had not these chibi sprites, but an actual standing character that can move essentially in 3 dimensions. then after that they had Sun and Moon, and Sun and Moon was the same, like was very similar to X and Y. It was full 3D game. It had a new mechanic. It was done right. And then we obviously got Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon that added onto the series or to the thing. Yeah, they're all what's awesome about those games is that they get better progressively. As they remake the games, they get better and they do better in terms of remaking it. And then they do uh Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl (BDSP) and just shit the bed. Like they regress all the way back to Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's just like it didn't make any sense for them to not do what they did with all the other games, but they just decided not to. Yeah, they're very similar to Black and White too. They added that's why they were able to come out with the next year. Like both games came out the year after uh the original one came out. So Sun and Moon came out, and then the next year Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon came out. And the reason why is because they only added things to the game. It was basically the same game, but they had new things to it. And yeah, they added a bunch of things like the Necrozma fight, which apparently is insanely difficult. Or not insanely difficult, but most of the fandom wanted Diamond and Pearl remakes. Yeah, but the problem is that they fucked the remakes, and now everybody's mad about it. Which is why I don't trust them to remake a game. Which is funny, because they threw away 3 good remakes with 1. Like, my trust in them making a remake is completely shattered, and I don't trust them to make a remake anymore because they threw it out the window. They had 3 renditions of the game being remade. They remade Red and Green, Fire Red, Leaf Green. They remade Silver and Gold with Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Phenomenal games. Awesome. They took they basically just updated the games and they were great. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire was arguably the best remake they would ever make, and is still the best remake they've ever made. Like, you can't tell me I'm wrong, because fucking ESP shit the bed and they haven't remade a game since. Like, I get it, you didn't want to develop a AAA Pokemon game when you were developing Legends Arceus, so just develop Legends Arceus. Like, it's not a hard concept, just develop Legends Arceus. Yeah, I mean, most people would have preferred them to remake Platinum, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Yeah, no, like I said, everybody's trust in Game Freak to not fuck up the remakes is shattered. Nobody trusts them to not mess this up. And that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. That's a huge slap in the face to a Japanese company. For for them to not have their fan base's trust is huge. That's a humongous deal. That's a slap in the face that they probably are never going to live down. And just culturally, that's a huge deal. Like, I really, really hope that they took the criticism from from BDSP and are just gonna do like a Black and White 3, like everybody is speculating them to do. and just make it like Scarlet and Violet. If they make Black and White 3 and it's all open world, they will have restored my faith in their ability to continue doing this. But at the same time, like I need development like on the level of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. The other thing that's got me scared about this is that they spent the last year developing DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Like, the time that they would normally use to develop another game, they're developing DLC. Which I get it. They probably have a division a smaller division that does the DLC, or like can start working on the new game while they develop DLCs. That way they can split their time a little bit. But that doesn't bode well for the end product of a new game. That really doesn't. Especially because we've had a full year of Scarlet and Violet, and we're probably only going to get like 1 or 2 more years, which means that the like Generation 10 is probably a 2025 thing and not a 2023 or 2024. So the timeline seems to be in 2025 we're going to have Generation 10 and the next mainstream game being based on a new region, and we're gonna have like a year's worth of development on that, because they're not gonna make no, they're not. It's definitely not gonna be called Generation X. I guarantee you it's not called Generation X. Now, I could see them waiting until 2026 to release Generation 10, but the problem with it, and just wait until the 30-year anniversary, but the problem with that is that means that you're either making Scarlet and Violet the competitive game for the next 4 years, or you're going to make the next whatever game they release before then the next competitive game, like Black and White 3 or whatever. But if you do that, what Pokemon are you going to put in there? Are you going to just only put in the first 5 generations like you did with BDSP, or are you going to finally give us the full national dex back? What's up, Umbreon? How are you doing, buddy? Like, it's one of those things that's really difficult to gauge until we actually see what comes out. But they do not have my full faith like they used to. I don't think that they will. At least not in Scarlet and Violet. I definitely know that they're not doing it in Scarlet and Violet, unless they decide to come out with. Now, here's the other thing: is if they do exactly what I'm saying they're gonna do, which is wait until 2026 to release Generation 10, they could, in theory, come out with 2 more DLCs for Scarlet and Violet. In the meantime, because DLCs don't need as much of a development time, or as much of a team to develop as like a full game, which means that you could release something like that, and that would give us something in 2025 to lead up to the 2026 release of Generation 10. That's my only, like, that would be like okay in my head canon. I'd be fine with that. But the problem is that you would have to like give us the full national dex at some point, or the game is just going to become stale by recycling the same 700 Pokemon. Like, yeah, it's 700 Pokemon, but it's still gonna be stale. Only about 200 or 300 of those Pokemon are competitively usable, give or take. And even then, we only see the same, like, what, 15, 20 Pokemon when Worlds comes around. I think this last year we saw the most unique Pokemon of like 30. It's crazy. Yeah, 200 to 300 is super generous. Like Worlds, I would love to see this. What's up, Dweebu? This is a stick up your vibe. Hand them over. I can't give you the vibes, dude. Vibe check is it's on point, but I can't give you I can't give it over. Like gun to my head, vibe is mine, and you can't have it. How you doing, Weeboo? Whew. If I don't get another perfect tandamouse, I'm gonna be kind of upset because that's like 2 full boxes of no perfect tandamouses. It might actually be close to 3. I think we're about to crest over 3. God, it's so bad. It's a 1 in 32. Why not hyper? So the point is not to. So let me start from the beginning. I personally don't mind hyper training Pokemon. However, I would rather have the perfect Pokemon because I know how to do the process. The process isn't that bad, and it's content. But the point of what I'm currently doing is I'm trying to put together a living Paldean Pokedex with competitively trained Pokemon. And if I hyper train them all, yeah, I hyper train them all, but the point of this living dex is so that I can finish the dex in any game going forward and to be able to breed a new Pokemon to put on a team at the drop of a hat. Because I breed competitive teams, not for a living. I would love to do it for a living, but I breed competitive teams, and hyper training is one of those things that you can do. Yeah, if you don't have the time, hyper training is definitely worth it. Like if I didn't have the time that it takes to breed up competitive Pokemon, but that's the thing with this particular project is that it's intended to make the time sink significantly less because I'm putting in the time now when I'm not currently trying to build a team. And that's the biggest deal. Like I definitely can hyper train all of these, and if anybody wants a tandamouse, like you guys can have it. Like just let me know. I'll trade you fodder out the wazoo. I'll trade you 5, 6, 10 of them. I don't care. So the thing is, Gray, that there isn't really much of a power creep because like you still have Pokemon that are like lower stat blocks. You still have that certain like it's not a there isn't really much of a power creep yet. Like yeah, they're releasing Pokemon that are really strong, but there's nothing that's so busted that you can't use basically anything to battle anybody. Like that's the thing is that like I can utilize any team that I can come up with and be successful with it. It's just a matter of skill at that point. There isn't really much power creep because like year over year you flooded the you flooded the surprise trade with Teddy Ursus. That's so funny. I might flood the surprise trade with tandamouses. The problem is that you're gonna only see like fake Pokemon, like anything of value is all gonna be like generated Pokemon or Pokemon. That you're never gonna get anything of like actual good value. Oh, you remember the great Charmander flood during the 7-star Charizard event? Yeah, like shit like that is so common. And granted, those Charmanders that you received were probably pretty decent because like it was super easy to breed like near perfect Pokemon because we had not only did we get the or no this was like a while after. I'm really upset that I didn't have this set up beforehand. But during the Ditto raids, I'm really sad that I didn't have my Japanese playthrough set up so that I can get Japanese Dittos. Because like if I got Japanese Dittos, I could have cornered the market on like Japanese Dittos for anybody. I would have perfect IVs out the wazoo. I'd have no good attack, no good no good speed, like just all sorts of Dittos ready for the in whatever nature you wanted. Like I have, like this is the funny thing. Like this is why I do what I do. I have a Ditto. The vast majority of these now are Japanese perfect IVs, but I have a Ditto for almost every nature, so that I can easily swap the nature of a Pokemon very like quickly. I'm only missing 2. And the 2 that I'm missing are not very important. But it's still noticeable that I'm missing 2. And I'm hoping that, I can get my hands on, your flood breeding for a shiny. Yeah. Like, once you got the Charizard, because that was the only way to get Charizard in the game, right? So once you got the Charizard, like, everybody started breeding for shinies because, like, there was that method where you could breed 3 Pokemon at a time, which, for my purposes of breeding, it's not good to breed 3 Pokemon at a time because you run the risk of having the wrong stuff. That's true. I usually just take the Master Ball and Ability Patch and release them. Yeah, on the fake Pokemon, I usually do the same thing. I just take whatever is available or whatever item it's holding. Usually it's a Master Ball because why not? And just do that. Something I need to do in the near future is some more Dynamax Adventure raids or Dynamax Adventures. I want to see if I can get some not more shiny, but shiny legendaries. I have yet to get a shiny legendary, but I've gotten like 5 or 6 shiny Pokemon from the Pokemon you get to choose from. So I kind of want to build up a collection of all of the the Pokemon you can get in it. You'll drug it up with candy, then release. I've done a dozen or so balls from that. Yeah. That's funny that like something something that I used to wish was a thing is in the game when you release large quantity. This is pretty bad actually. That was 2 full boxes of no perfect IVs of like the 4.5 that I have. But something that I wish that you could do is you could release Pokemon into the world and then like you would see a noticeable like spawn increase of that particular Pokemon because you just like let the the population just get out of control. But nowadays, people only release their Pokemon on Pokemon Home because you can release 100 at a time, which is a feature that I think I genuinely think base Pokemon should have. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're releasing Pokemon, you're trying to release a large group of Pokemon. I mean, yeah, no, that's probably why it's not a thing. I just thought it would be a really cool idea is to like overturn the like have a wilderness like not economics but like a wilderness like overturn the what's the word I'm looking for? Like you upset the balance of the wildlife and like I just think that would be funny. That's just me personally, honestly. I don't know. I don't know how you would implement it to where it couldn't be abused. But right now it's kind of already abused. I really wish that we had a way of seeing what our raids were. That reminds me of a story from back when in like Gen 5 where there was a Reddit story about someone who mass bred Lapras and released them since the deck said they were going extinct. That is super wholesome. It would be cool if you could, if the mechanic was, yeah, because then like, yeah, exactly. It would spawn like you could artificially spawn your own outbreak. But the problem with the spawning your own outbreak is it wouldn't increase your shiny chances. It would just create an outbreak of whatever Pokemon you were breeding. It'd be hard to set up the mechanics properly, and it'd be a nightmare to try and deal with. But still cool things that went through my head when I was younger. What do you mean by full summary of the egg? Like the stats of a Pokemon that are not alive yet? That doesn't really make any sense. And turning them into boiled eggs, that'd be like boiled eggs that are like the size of your head. Pokemon eggs are huge. For no reason. Well, actually for good reason, but that's beside the point. Tandamouse. It spawned underneath the platform it was supposed to spawn on. That's funny. But it feels Sneasel and Weevil have horrid shinies. I haven't seen the shiny for Sneasel or Weasel in a long time. I'm not gonna lie, the hot pink is not bad. Uh, Weevil has a really bad one. Sneasler has a pretty decent. I would say Weevil's the only one that's really bad. Sneasel's not bad. I don't think it's horrid, but it's not great. It's just hot pink. Which, I mean, for someone like me, I don't care about hot pink. I think it's pretty fun. I may not get another perfect IV. That's not a great sign, actually. Because I've gotten more perfect IV Pokemon out of the same or out of less eggs than I did this one. So this is not good. But I only really need the one because I have 4 families of 4 households already. So it's just a matter of getting the family of 3, which is the only thing I'm after right now. And then after that, we'll move on to the next Pokemon. Excuse me. Do you think the Battle Frontier should become its own spin-off where you can use home to port Pokemon over to battle with? I mean, I don't know if it could be its own game. If you want my honest opinion, it definitely could be its own DLC. I'll give you that. Stadium or I guess yeah, Stadium or Battle Revolution. Like I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I get it could, but the premise is there. I think that it would make a better DLC though. Oh, had to stretch. Hot second. That was our last batch, and nada. Yeah, so much for breeding two perfect IV Pokemon, because I mean, we definitely got them all front loaded then, because not the worst haul, but we could have done better. We need to go this way and drop him off in this box. Yep. Let's see here. Okay, so the first one's our shiny, and then 4 perfect IVs. It's not bad. I don't know. I guess it's not the end of the world. For the past 5 minutes. Oh yikes. Well, that is fair. I'm gonna run down and grab some more to drink, so I will be right back. Please don't burn down the chat while I'm gone. And we'll see you guys here in a few. Glad to see nobody burned down the chat while I was gone. I don't think anybody's here to burn down the chat, so it doesn't matter. Oh. Okay. Ancient power should be fine. What did that do? 24? I believe they evolve at level 25? They're all four. No! Families of 4. F3. Oh, I have so much. I'm so bummed. That was what, 4 more, so I've had a total of like 6. Oh, I've been back. I just haven't. I haven't said anything. I said something when I got back, but 7. I've had 7 of them because 7 perfect IV. Uh, oh goodness gracious! Well, that's unfortunate, but we can't dwell on the fact that we didn't get what we were looking for. The only thing we can do now is continue to try and get what we're looking for. Um, I would almost try and get multiple mouse holds in with multiple dittos, but I don't know if that's gonna work, and I think that that might actually just prevent them from wanting to breed. Um, uh, which one, the current new season or the next set, the regulation F? Regulation F. That's the you're talking about the next set of Pokemon that they allow everybody to battle with, right? Or are you talking about just the next season? It's hard to tell what you mean. Well, so I will probably do some stuff with the next set of Pokemon that they release, as well as continue to do stuff with the current like season, because the next season should be here pretty soon. Oh. Gotta make sure I'm on the right box. That's the... Alright. So yeah, at this point we just sit and chat. So what's up with everybody? How's everybody doing? Anybody over on Twitch? Anybody else? YouTube? What's up, Black Sinnoh? I am doing fantastic today. I'm currently breeding up some more Pokemon for the living decks. We're working on tandamouse and mousehold. The only thing that we're missing is a perfect 3. So, it's the house or the family of 3. We're missing one perfect family of 3 mousehold. Which is essentially, it comes down to, if you want to know the actual the actual odds of that, that's a 1 in 3,200, which is a 1 in 32 to get a perfect IV, and then it's a 1 in 100 for that perfect IV to be a family of 3. We're currently at 7 evolved family of 4s. So, yeah. I mean, it'll happen, and I'll be super excited to move on from this, or from this particular Pokemon. But it's not the end of the world. But it will be a very, very, like... So yeah, it's gonna be a minute. Um, Shino, you usually come in with the horsey raid, right? Well, good luck though. I've tried hunting for a Pokemon not too long ago that just couldn't find it. The Dunsparce Pokemon. Oh, the Dunsparce, yeah. Okay, yeah. I that's what I thought. I thought you would come in with his raids. I do still want to get a hold of him to let him know that I am looking to try and set up a group of 4 people to do a live stream of Ogre Austin here pretty soon. Which I know you're still interested in it. Horsey, I believe, said he was interested in it at one point or another. Yeah, I definitely want to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that here pretty soon. Uh, I don't know if I'm gonna do it before the DLC comes out. In 10 days, I might. I'm gonna try. Uh, it's mostly just getting a hold or just finding a way to get a hold of Horsey, and letting him know that I. Are you going to be competitive in the DLC Pokemon when it comes out? Oh, yeah, probably. So I'm taking a competitive team into the the whatchamacallit. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff I'd like to do. But I'm gonna be doing I'm bringing a competitive team into the DLC. I will probably continue to do DLC competitive battles. I still need to do more. I keep on like procrastinating and just not. Uh, both times I say that I want to do more competitive battles. I start doing a project that takes up all of my time. Uh, and it just prevents me from battling. I just need to take the time to battle like 2 or 3 times in between like breeding it for eggs or whatever. Shino, um, you're in the Discord, right? I don't know what your name is on Discord, so I can't tell. Yeah, if you're not in the Discord, it'll be hard to get a hold of you. I'm hoping Horsey also. But yeah, and if you have troubles, oh, Chespin 1996. Oh yeah, no, I see you. I don't know why. Um, you. You don't watch. You watch, but you don't play. I mean, that's perfectly fine. A lot of people do that, and a lot of people enjoy VGC that way. All right, so I need to take a second. I gotta answer a phone call. So give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. I have returned. I am so sorry about that, guys. Uh, but yeah, Shino, I will definitely make sure I find a time to that works for everybody, or at least start to try and plan one here in the near future to do the Ogre Oustin, because I do genuinely want to do it just as an achievement for myself and for like anybody else who wants to, or well, not anybody else, because obviously it's gonna be a very difficult thing. Um, oh, okay. Let us see here. I really wish I had more people who watched. Just because chat, like, not even like for any major reason. More of just like I just want to talk to, like, have more people to talk to in chat. Uh, you have better content than a lot of other streamers. I've seen on here you very engaging to the audience, and I definitely appreciate the kind words. I do my best. I know that like at some point, if I ever do have like 100 or more people watching it at any given point, like and I think that's the cutoff of where, like, where I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm overwhelmed, and I'm gonna have to like keep track of like general vibes in chat more so than like actual like individuals in chat. Obviously, like you always see the name of people like you see all the time. Like I see Benny Umbreon in chat all the time. If I had 100 people, I could pick his name out super easy, or your name, or Evan. Evan has mods, so his name will be super easy to pick out. But like that's where I would feel like I would be overwhelmed with trying to keep up with chat. Just 100 people like trying to say words, uh, and whatnot. But I do genuinely appreciate it. I try and keep like interact with chat as much as possible, which is why I play things like Pokemon. Pokemon's something that I can like mindlessly do in not in the background of like watching chat, but like while watching chat without any major issues. Other games that I've played on stream are a little bit harder for me to keep track of chat. League of Legends is definitely one of them. If I'm playing with my friends online, I tend to like completely not disregard chat, but like I don't keep track of chat as well. But Pokemon is one of the ones that like I can, especially because the way I have my like desktop set up is I have my main game in the center of my screen that's not even a full screen. It's like whatever size that like my brain is okay with playing Pokemon at. Because playing Pokemon at full screen on a 24-inch monitor is not like I don't know. It's not that fun. And then I have two chat bars on either side of my game on the same monitor, so that like I can keep like I don't have to look at a different monitor. I can just look at a different part of my screen, which makes it easier for me to keep track of chat. It'll be very nice though to be able to get to the point where I have more people who recognize the amount of actual effort that I put into everything. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. I'm just glad that I have the people who are dedicated to the channel. Did you see Ditto just beam that ball at me? Oh my god! Ditto is trying to murk me. Holy shit! Just the fact that he beams the ball straight at me. Like, at least Miraidon is like, yeah, I'll just nudge it over to you. No, Ditto just like fucking full on, like, watch this. Oh no, he's not gonna do it now. Yeah, like everybody but like Ditto, I've noticed Ditto just beams the ball at the player. Whereas everybody else like tries to lay it up a little bit. He's like, pay attention to me. That's so funny. I'm trying to think of what other Pokemon do it, because it's not just Ditto. I've seen other Pokemon do it. But I don't remember what Pokemon will like just straight beam the ball at you instead of like throwing it around. They'll just like beam the ball straight at the player, and it's funny. Oh. uh, I think part of my issue, is not necessarily that it's an issue. So I don't know. I actually prefer the Pokemon Poke Picnic over the campsite, because at least in the campsite, like, or at least in the picnic, you can actually interact with the Pokemon, like walk up to them, walk around, and like be a part of them. Whereas like in the campsite, you could only just see them in like this like array, this ray of, or not ray, this arc of like space in front of you, and then you could like turn and like whistle to them and to have them come up, and like, yeah, you could throw the ball and they would like bring the ball back to you or whatever, but like, I don't know. I think I'd prefer the picnic over. Oh my god. Just launched Maridon into the sky. But yeah, I prefer the picnic over the campsite. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen like a mix of the campsite and this like it like I would have loved to have seen like the tent and the picnic table. That would have been awesome. Like you throw out a tent and you like you're actually like camping and you have a picnic table uh for like your normal camping like footage uh and whatnot. The little cat toy would have been nice to continue to have like access to play with Pokemon with. Uh, Other than that, I can't really off the top of my head think of much more than that. But that still would have been really nice. Gen 10, they do something better and more interactive. The picking feature is whatever. Yeah, I kind of I like the idea of utilizing sandwiches. I don't know, curry. So they used curry. What was curry used for? I don't remember. I hardly ever used curry, so like I think curry was just a. Uh, Pretty was used to build friendships. Oh yeah. So that mechanic was useless because like berries are significantly better for that. Which I'm glad that they didn't have just trees of berries and you had to find them on the ground or buy them from the auction house. Am I out of picnic power? Yeah, I am out of. Okay, I am out of egg power. How many eggs did I get? Probably not a whole lot. Alright, I got almost 60. That's actually a pretty good amount to get from. Something with those sandwich. Yeah, I'm glad that I don't know. I liked that the fact that they did the sandwiches, but I thought that they'd be more prevalent than they actually were. I hardly ever use them. I still hardly use them. The only thing the only reason why I'm making sandwiches now is because buying an item like buying the egg power 2 just seemed to be more tedious than doing this particular sandwich, which is peanut butter, and bananas. What's up, So on you? I don't know how to say your name. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Damn. Sandwich. How's the stream going? It's going. We had a discussion. You missed probably the best part of the stream, which was the first like hour of the stream. We were talking about like what Pokemon has done with their games, and like how disappointing. Like at first it was like we were going down memory lane, and then we talked about how disappointed BDSP was, and like what we thought was going to happen next, and yeah, it's kind of a long story on what I thought was going to happen next, or what I think Game Freak should do. Obviously, I'm not a professional. I've never made a game, so I don't know. I don't know if my strategy that I was originally thinking of would work. I hope it would, but I don't know. But other than that, it's going pretty well. Right now, we're breeding for tandamouse because we are working on a project that I have not named, but it is basically a competitive living dex for Paldea. So that what that entails is that means that I'm breeding for 100% IV Pokemon. So that means all 6 IVs are competitive stats, all perfect. No hyper training is allowed. And the main reason for that is that hyper training does not get passed down when you breed with that Pokemon, which this is intended to be able to take into any game and complete that the Paldean portion of the Pokedex, and then proceed to breed for a competitive team for whatever team that I want to build. So yeah, that's what we're currently doing. I'm just trying to hatch the eggs now, or not hatch the eggs. Sorry, I'm breeding for a second set of eggs. I just got like what 4 or 5 less than 60 eggs, so it's like 65 or 60 or 55 or 56 eggs. And now I'm going to for another 30-minute time. Yep. This is a shiny Ditto that was given to me by a someone I would consider a friend now, but he's a mod on the channel. His Twitch name is Ninja. His YouTube name is Evan. And we actually chat about this game quite a bit. Him and I theorycraft teams a fair bit together, and And yeah, he's usually in stream. I don't know why he's not today. He might just not have the time to. Especially because I think school's about to is kicking back up for him, so it's probably going to be a little bit harder for him to join for a little while at least. But it is a shiny perfect IV Ditto that he got from somewhere. I don't remember where. Because I was giving him crap about how he had so many. Yep, shiny perfect. It's actually something that like was relatively, I say easy, but like it was the same method of doing it in this game is basically you you have a way of looking at all of your raid dens prior to like using basically cheats. He got his from joining random Ditto raids in Sword and Shield, and that's how you would get them in Sword and Shield. And then the same can be said for this, except you don't get to see as many raids. You only get to see like 8 raids before you have to refresh, so it's far rarer. But it is what it is. Yeah. The interesting thing about people who like cheat in this game is that a lot of them will cheat to get their what's the word I'm looking for? I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Yeah. You got any other shinies? I have a shiny tandamouse. I actually have 2 shiny tandamouse or mouse holds. I have 2 shiny for what's the word I'm looking for? Family of 4. I have a shiny Palafin, a shiny B-Sharp, or Poniard. Right now, I have a shiny Petalil. I'll have to show you the Pokemon I have, because right now, like, I off the top of my head, I can't think of any others. But I have a bunch of competitive Pokemon that I've bred for that have like as close to perfect stats as you can get for the time being. Without like trying to do the 1 in 15,000 or something. Because the odds of getting a perfect shiny Pokemon with the lowest you can get the odds for it is 1 in 512 for the shiny part, and then 1 in 32 for the perfect IV, which brings your grand total to 1 in like 15,000. I think it's like 1 in 15,240. If my math is right, 32 times 512. No, that's not right. No, my math is not right. Sorry, this is gonna kill me not having actually done the math properly. No, it's 16,384. So, yeah. Perfect IV shiny Pokemon are very rare. With the addition of Hyper Training, it is significantly better, because then you just have the 1 in 32, or not even 1 in 32. You have the guaranteed 5 IV, and then you just have the 1 in 512 to get a shiny, and then you just hyper train the one stat that you need to, and go on your merry way. Yeah, if you hadn't realized, I'm a big nerd, and I enjoy numbers. Just in case you were curious as to why these numbers are numbers that I know off the top of my head. I'm just a nerd. Stop, never played it, just kind of watching other people play it. I mean, that's fair. Everybody has their way of like enjoying whatever it is that they want to enjoy. I definitely like watching people play like certain games more than I like playing them, because they're better at the game than I am. But I I definitely like playing this game a lot, and it also gives me an opportunity to sit down and chat with people. Watching people shiny hunt, huh? That's fair. I mean, so what about Pokemon do you enjoy? Like, what aspect of Pokemon do you like? Do you like battling? Do you like just running around catching Pokemon? Do you like do you like shiny hunting? Like, what aspects of Pokemon are your favorite, I guess, is really all I'm looking for. Mostly catching and shiny hunting. Okay. So something that like I do is I breed Pokemon. I get more. Oh, you play Pokemon Go the most. I definitely used to play Pokemon Go a lot. I don't anymore, mostly because it's not geared towards people who don't live in perfect areas for Pokemon Go, and not everywhere is perfect, and that is a flaw in the game, and it's a pretty big one, and it's a really big like point for me. Like, it's a nail in a coffin that I'm not like super fond of. Is this my shiny mouse hole? Don't think so. How much time is left on my... Oh, that wasn't good. I should have picked up eggs first. I still have 19 minutes. I knew I had a lot of time. I don't know why that was kind of bad. Wasted quite a bit of time on my sandwich. Yeah. I will say, I say that I'm a wealth of knowledge. I do know quite a bit about Pokemon. I know a lot about like where to find certain Pokemon, like what ways and methods in which you can utilize to get awesome Pokemon. Like, I have a couple of videos. I have 3 on the channel right now. I don't know if the like I don't know if people want to see more of those videos, or if this game is just old enough at this point that it doesn't matter to do more of them. What's up, Porgy? How are you doing? But I have 3 videos on the channel that depict how to like strategically utilize your sandwiches to find certain Pokemon. The method is called isolated. What is it? Isolated sandwich. the isolated sandwich method. It's basically isolated spawns is basically what you're doing. Is you're capitalizing on your isolated spawns, Pokemon that don't have type overlaps in certain areas, to allow for you to find the specific Pokemon you're looking for, or a specific set of Pokemon you're looking for in the best area possible. The areas that I depict in the videos are common spots that other people have said are really good, and I just outline how it is that I recommend you do it. And if those interest you, those are on the channel, on the YouTube channel. Sorry. And yeah, I'm really proud of the Riolu one. However, I'm sad that I didn't like prove that it's possible in the location that I was looking, because unfortunately I was not successful in like 3 sandwiches, but I had other people who were, or I didn't have the materials to make the sandwich. One of the two, I don't remember. Hopefully that wasn't too much information to scare away anybody, but how is everybody doing? What you say to me? Okay, I guess Cody wasn't tired. I totally understand that. I actually worked all day and then got home, made food, came upstairs, and sat down and started streaming. So I have, in theory, been going non-stop since early this morning, but I'll live. Like I said, I'll show you guys the shiny Pokemon that I've gotten. Awesome, Umbreon. I appreciate it. I know you lurk a lot. Like, you don't really talk in chat very often, but you're definitely usually here, and I appreciate that. Like, regardless of whether or not you talk a whole lot, I do genuinely enjoy, or not just enjoy, but I appreciate the fact that you stick around. Yeah, I'll definitely show off the shinies I have. I know for a fact, because I recently got my second, during this breeding process, got a second, shiny tandamouse, that I now have, 2 shiny mouse holds. I should have just kept the one tandamouse, the one shiny tandamouse, but I didn't want to pass up the opportunity of possibly getting a 3, a household of, or a family of 3. I really want to try and get a family of 3, perfect IV, which is what I'm going for right now. But a family of 3 shiny would be even better. Whether it's, or not even a perfect IV, just a 5 IV shiny family of 3 would be amazing. They haven't announced a new raid for this weekend, have they? Everybody's suspecting it's going to be another Blissey raid, but I'm not sure. Let me see if Sarah B has said anything. It does not look like... I don't mind the Blissey raids. The Blissey raids are great for getting Terra Shards. However, I would rather a Ditto raid than a Blissey raid at this point. I really wish that they would bring back the Ditto raid. The Ditto raid was so much better. Like, by far, 1,000 times better. Yeah. I really wish that they would bring back the Ditto raid. We might not get the Ditto raid until like April of this next year. If they do continue to do stuff like that through next year. Like, it'd be nice to do that. I think I know why they did the Ditto raid, because I was looking at it. Looks like it was for like an April Fool's event. Because it happened the first weekend after April 1st. I'm not sure. At least that's what it looks like. I could be wrong. Shoot, I might get another shiny tandamouse in this before I get a family of 3. The odds of me getting a shiny are better than the odds of me getting a perfect IV family of 3, which is what I'm going for. The whole thing with the family of 3 is just wanting a perfect IV family of 3. You've never done a Ditto raid? The only reason why I want them to bring back the Ditto raid is because I have a way of getting infinite Dittos now. Or infinite Japanese Dittos. I really wish I had done this soon, but I set up a Japanese account to play Pokemon Sword, Scarlet and Violet like to do the playthrough, but I didn't do it while the raid was going on, and so like I didn't have like I think I did it shortly after it ended or something like that, and so I wasn't able to get it get the Japanese account to have ditto raids, because you can do the ditto raids by yourself with just a small amount of effort, depending on what Pokemon you brought and what like stats you had and whatnot. You could essentially bring a level 1 Magikarp, and like it would be over in one hit, and you just quickly blaze through raid after raid after raid. But with the Japanese account, like playing through the game in Japanese, I was able to select Japanese Pokemon, which allowed me to then trade them to my English account, have them still be like Japanese of origin, because they changed the way that works. You have to play the game not from the region, but in the language that you're wanting it to, and that'll allow you to get Japanese Pokemon. Thank you, son. I really want to say your name properly, but thank you so much for the follow. Is it Swanyu? Or is it just like Swanyu? Swanyu. 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 The first one, Swanyu. I appreciate that. Is that 100 bits? It looks strange. It is. Thank you so much for the biddies. the snowman melting is pretty funny. I like that animation. He's a dirty boy. Dirty, dirty ditto. Oh, the clean ditto. This is not my shiny Mousehold. Interesting. Oh, it's because I don't have a shiny perfect IV. That's right. It's a good reason I'm not using my shiny one. Because if I was using my shiny one, I'd have an even harder time getting the perfect IV ditto. Okay. How much time's left on this sandwich? Alright, a minute 40. I'm not gonna. I don't care too much about a minute 40. That's like the difference of another egg or two. So we have 1, 2, 3, almost 4. I was going for 120. I might actually try and get that one last egg by sticking around. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the one last egg. I want to hit 120 eggs. And then I will show off what shiny Pokemon I do have. So give me like 1 more minute of this, and then I will show you basically everything you want to know. Alright, cool. That gives me the 120 that I was wanting to get. Well, 121, but whatever. So, the answer to the question that was asked is, what shiny Pokemon do I have? So to start off with, I obviously have the shiny Ditto that we've all seen. Let me swap these out real fast. And then I have these. These are all my like wild encountered shinies, except for this Gimmighoul. This Gimmighoul was a shiny I found during the raid event. The only raid event that we can get the shiny Gimmighoul. I found a Combi. These are the 2 Growlithe I found for my Growlithe video. This is the shiny Charcadet that I found for my shiny video. This shiny Vigoroth was actually, so all of these have a really funny story, or some of these have a very funny story. So this shiny Vigoroth I found, I was chatting with a friend of mine and was about to just walk away from the area, and I turned my camera just right and saw a discolored Vigoroth and was like, that's a weird colored thing. Is that shiny? So I went over, ran into it, and it was a shiny Vigoroth, and I was like, cool, I caught it. This shiny Bellsprout was a Kitakami shiny Bellsprout that I found like day 1 of the Teal Mask release, of the DLC. And then this is the Lechonk that snapped my 1700 egg drought for shiny Pokemon, and this is a hacked whatchamacallit, Dreadnought that was given to me by somebody that I haven't done anything with. The next shinies I have are all in my competitive box. So I have 2 shiny Mouseholds. This one's the one that's competitively trained. The other one that I have is right. Put it. I put it somewhere. Right here. I also have A shiny golden go with perfect IVs. This I got from doing raids. I actually found somebody who was hosting this repeatedly, so I caught a bunch. I only wanted to catch a few. I didn't want to catch. I didn't want to overcatch. The next one I have is in here. I have a shiny Fuecoco. Uh, and I have a shiny Palafin Poniard. I have a shiny Petalil, and I think there was one, yeah, and a shiny Gumi. Uh, I have a lot of shiny Pokemon, yeah. I think that's all I have on this game, yeah. The rest of my shinies in Pokemon Home, actually, I think I can show those too. Yeah, we'll update it real fast. Shouldn't take very long. I have a few more from like doing the Dynamax Adventures, which I need to do another stream of Dynamax Adventures with viewers because Dynamax Adventures with viewers is fun. I enjoy it. It gives us the opportunity to. Interesting. Okay, that's weird. Did it? Okay, it did update, so we're good to go. All right. I think this will probably be the last thing we do today. Uh, we'll log in and show off this. I think this is the only game that has shinies on it right now. Then we go list view, sort. No, we want to filter. Mint, no. Origin mark, no. No, we don't want a shiny. And we're gonna do. Okay, I can't do shiny of any other type. So I think this is. Let me. I think this is how. Yeah, we'll just do box order because I don't think I have anything else. But yeah, I have a shiny Dotrio, Dotrio, that I caught. Didn't even realize that it was shiny until I evolved it into a Dotrio. I have a shiny Scyther that I didn't realize was a shiny until I like paid attention more. I have the event shiny Metagrosses that I have a bunch of those actually, because I was able to get a bunch of them because I had different copies of the game. I have a shiny Riolu, which I don't remember where I got this or when I got this or anything like that. I just know that I have it now. I don't know when I got it. I got this from a strange whatchamacallit trade. I got this from an event. This was from that event that they did back in 2018, 2017, stuff like that. 2017, 16, 17, 18, and I think 19. They did like a monthly, like, here you go. And then I got this in Sword and Shield. I got this from the Dynamax Adventures. I got this from a random raid that I joined. This was given I got from the Dynamax Adventures. This I bred for, because I bred a bunch of Pokemon because I was getting Pokemon for competitive. This is a competitively trained Corsola or Corsola, Galarian Corsola. This I got from a Dynamax Adventure. This I was given, but this is the shiny one from the event from a while back. This is a shiny Eternatus that was given to me by the event that only happened in Europe that they shortly did away with after after people all over the world were getting it. It took a while for that email to come through. Obviously, I have the shiny Xerneas. This I didn't know that this was shiny when I received it. But I got this from like a random trade. Was given this from someone during Sword and Shield. Evan gave me this because he bred it and gave it to me. I was given this to use during the last competitive series during whatchamacallit? What's the word I was looking for? It was during Sword and Shield, the last competitive series during Sword and Shield. This was given to me, or not given to me, but this is one that I got from Dynamax Adventures, obviously. Given to me, bred. Dynamax Adventures, given to me. Dynamax Adventures. I got this through a random thing. This is Velez from our third attempt at Nuzlocking. Let's Go Pikachu. This was given to me recently, actually. This one was also given to me recently. This is a perfect IV. I don't know if it's hard to tell. Pokemon are very difficult to tell when like all of your boxes are checked properly. This was also given to me. This was one of was the Silagoo that I found that was in my box. This was also the Bellsprout that I got in box. This was also in the box. This was 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 in the box. All of these were in the box. These are my shiny Golden Goes and Golden Gimme Ghouls. And then I have the 2 shiny Tandamouses, obviously. I have a shiny Iron Valiant, a shiny Finizen, Bisharp, Gumi. All of these you saw. This is another shiny Arcanine from a mystery gift. Mystery gift. Both of them. And a shiny Fluttermane. And then this is the one that I caught for one of the raids. I don't remember what raid it was, but it was a relatively recent one. So that is all of my shiny Pokemon. That also brings us to the end of today's episode, or today's stream, I should say. Thank you guys again for watching. If you guys haven't already, please do consider leaving a like. Follow if you haven't. So yeah, that is all of today's stream. I will see you guys in the next one, which will be Thursday or Friday, one of the two. I'm not entirely certain as to when I'm going to stream next. So stay tuned on Discord. I usually try and post. So yeah, thanks again, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, guys, don't forget to stay frosty. Bye.